Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be a current beauty favorites. I have not done one of these in a while, and I find that I don't do them monthly because I don't really accumulate enough outstanding product to be able to do a dedicated video each and every month. So I kind of like to do these as I do go collecting makeup that's just out of this world for me and what I like in a makeup product. So if you're interested in seeing what my current beauty favorites are, then just keep on watching. All right, so I've got a good amount of product here, not a ton, but sometimes quality over quantity, right? Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start with the Supergoop Glow Stick Sunscreen SPF 50. I love Supergoop. You guys know that I think it's like the sunflower extract lotion is my favorite sunscreen of life. I have repurchased that. I can't even tell you how many times. Now I just get the huge 50 some ounce and go with that. So this particular one, I can't remember who I had been watching months ago, and they had picked this up and I was like, I feel like I kind of want to try that. So it's literally an oil stick is the best way I can describe it. Let's see, it says on the back that it delivers glow boosting hydration and broad spectrum UV protection on the go. Amazonian oils restore balance for healthy radiant skin. Use it after a moisturizer to lock in hydration or throughout the day on cheeks, bridge of the nose, chest, and shoulders to keep your glow and SPF on. I've never done it that way. I always use it first thing in the morning when I'm doing my makeup, and yes, after moisturizer. So this bad boy has not broken me out. For being an oil, that's pretty impressive. I love the glow that it gives my skin, and I feel like my foundation goes on so nicely over top of it. But here's the thing, I do love a good glazed donut look. I do not have oily skin, and I want to emphasize that just so that, you know, my oily skin ladies aren't like, oh, let me go try that. Just be forewarned, I have very normal skin, a little dry in the winter, but this thing is so easy to use and it gives such a beautiful glow to the skin. It looks very healthy. Like I said, it has not broken me out. It does feel a little bit oily and greasy to the touch when, especially like you're rubbing it around your face. I feel like about to cook with Crisco, but that's just me being completely honest. But I really, really love this product, and it's easy to use. You just push it up from the bottom when you need a little more product, and instead of a twisty. Love that bad boy. So if you're a Supergoop fan, I would maybe steer you in that direction. Okay, the next product is by Kenra. It's the Sugar Beach Spray. Here's the thing, I am always on that endless hunt for the perfect beach spray, sea salt spray, that kind of thing. They're hard to find, and I had stopped buying them, honestly. You know, I stopped my hunt a long time ago because it seemed like none would ever, I mean, they make your hair crunchy, frizzy, dry, gross. I never came across one that actually did what coming out of the ocean would do, you know? And finally, you guys, and I don't remember who I saw either on YouTube or Instagram. Anyways, this was not a find as in like, ooh, you know what, let me try that. No, it was, I saw it on a video and was like, okay, let me try it. This does what no other sea salt or beach spray has done, and I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say this is made with sugar because it says Sugar Beach Spray. It says it's a beach spray that provides sexy ocean texture without the crunch or stickiness. Absolutely, I can wholeheartedly attest to that. Featuring purified sugarcane extract for non-drying windswept waves. And that may be the reason, maybe because it's made with sugar. I don't know. All I know is it brings back my ringlets, even the top layer of my hair, and it does not feel crunchy or gross, and it almost kind of holds the curl into the next day. So this does what no other beach spray has done for my hair. Now, for reference, I do have fine hair and I do have curly hair, but over the course of time, I had flat ironed so much that I changed the shape of my curl, especially the top layer. And right now I had braided it when it was wet, so it's looking a little frizzy right now, but the top layer of my hair is the most frizzy. So I can get away with the bottom layer without really doing much to it. It kind of holds the curl. The top layer just, anyways, bomb. And I think it was $17, but I was able to use an Ulta coupon, a $3.50 off. super affordable at that point. Okay, let's move into a color corrector. And I've talked about this before, but I don't know if I've ever put it in a favorites. And quite frankly, I have been using it so much that I just couldn't not talk about it. It's not anything new. It's the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. I've used a couple others, most recently the Fenty, and I like that one. I don't hate it like a lot of people did, but it does almost give my under eyes a little bit of a dry look, and this one is so hydrating. It looks very, very hydrating, very moisturized, even dewy. I mean, this thing is so good that I, at times, forget that I'm not wearing concealer, and so I end up not going in with concealer. If I've already gone in with this, I start off with this, quite frankly, before I've done anything, before I've done foundation, anything. Like once I've put on moisturizer, sunscreen, I'll go in with this and then build from there. This particular one is in the shade Light Medium, and it's the perfect shade for just neutralizing those dark under eyes, because I'm just... I got some deep under eyes, you guys. I mean, there's times where it's like, did I get any sleep at all? It looks like I didn't. So very, very easy to work with. I usually use my finger. If I go in with a little bit too much, I'll just grab a little under eye concealer brush and kind of sweep that away. But it is so easy to use. On me, it doesn't crease. I have not found that it has creased. And again, it just gives my under eyes a very healthy look. I think just because it's so emollient, this will be a repurchase for me because I haven't found another one that really stands up to it. And it is on the spectrum of under eye correctors. It's one of the more affordable ones. So let's go ahead and go in with a, let's see, what do we want to go in? Okay, let's go in with kind of trying to go in the order of how I did my makeup so that I can place the demos in here. So, okay. The Glowish by Huda Beauty, and then also another Huda Beauty product is the Stick Foundation. This one is definitely newer. This one is a few months old at this point. So this, I'm talking about this because it pairs so well with this. I have just gotten to where I love this combo so very much, but you have to understand, if you are new to my channel, I love a good dewy look. So I love looking like, I don't know, I've said it before, a glazed donut. Not everyone likes that look, but in order to look extra glowy, this product is so incredible. And I loved it when I first did the review, but I feel like I love it even more now. I reach for it very frequently. So this is in the shade 02 Fair Light, and it tends to work perfectly for my skin tone. I'm a light to light medium skin tone. And then the foundation is perfect because this offers obviously very light coverage. It's like a skin tint, but this gives me just a little bit of an added push to coverage, and they mix so well. I don't know if it's because it's made by the same, brand. I just don't know, but I don't go in with too much. I go in with just a little bit in each part of my face. And it just mixes so well together. It blends nicely, and it looks very airbrushed on me. So for reference, in the Stick Foundation, I'm in the shade 240N Toasted Coconut. And I love this foundation so much with this product. Now, granted, I liked this foundation quite a bit to begin with. So it's right here. You can tell that's how good this foundation matches my skin tone. You can hardly even see that it's there, but I liked it very much. But again, not until I started mixing these was I like, wow, I like this very, very much. And then here is the Glowish skin tint. So I've kind of heard mixed reviews on the skin tint. People love it, people hate it, as per usual. A product isn't for every single person. And so I, for one, love it because it just gives me that glow. It gives me the look that I'm going for. I would choose a glowy look like this over a matte look any day of the week. So it's just very pretty. I like the detail put into this. The cap is like iridescent. It's just all around an amazing product. I'm very happy with it. I see in people's thumbnails that it's on there like do not purchase, like kind of thing. I love it. I love it. But what have I told y'all before? I'm a broken record at this point. I go against the grain. So that's what we've got going on there. So let's talk about another Huda product. I promise there's like so much Huda in here, but that was very unintentional. So the Huda Beauty Face Build and Buff Dual-Ended Brush. First off, I'm not usually a dual-ended brush kind of girl, but this one had been on my loves list for a while, and I actually got this for Christmas. My husband got it for me as one of my Christmas gifts, and can you believe up until about a month ago, I had not opened it. I completely forgot I even had it. I don't know how that happens. I know I question when other people say that. I'm like, how do you forget? But you know what? Hey, it's possible. So this side, obviously for foundation, this side, very chunky for concealer. There is a magic to this brush that, like, I seriously am contemplating buying a backup, which I don't typically do. It is rare that I buy a backup because I have found that when I do that, I never get to the backup because so much stuff comes out and you want to try it all that thing never gets used. This is, I think, the best foundation brush I have ever used. Now, granted, I do still like using a sponge for my heavier foundations just because a brush will make it look too cakey on me. But for lighter foundations, for even like medium coverage and going down to obviously lighter skin tints, things like that, oh my goodness. So this side, it's very dense and it buffs out product so nicely. I'm amazed every time I use it. I'm like, how did this melt into my skin so nicely? Now, this bad boy right here, it looks very chunky. It fits so well under the eye and it gives such a smooth look to my under eye. I had no idea that something could look so even and smooth under the eye. A sponge does not do that for me. This is, what can I say? I will tell you though that it does shed a little bit, and I don't know if that's just because it's still kind of new. I have had a few little hairs, especially on this side right here, come out and I just kind of pick them off. I haven't had that happen in a little while. So I'm just gonna attribute it to it being a little bit newer and yeah, but amazing if you are in the market for a brush, whether it be a concealer brush, a foundation brush, look no further. And I want to say this is like maybe $25. I will link it below. But amazing, incredible. Definitely recommend. I would say that's probably one of my top favorites in this favorite video. That's how much I love it. Okay, let's move into so this next foundation, obviously, so could only use one thing for the purposes of this video, but I have to mention this because I love this foundation so very much. It is the Tarte Sea Hydroflex Serum Foundation. This is so amazing, sensational. Does anybody even say that word anymore? I'm in the shade 25N. This gives my face, think of it as the Fenty, oh gosh, I never can remember the name. Her skin tint, basically. I'll remember the name of it after this video is over. So think of it with like that, but with slightly more coverage. Like the airbrushed look that this gives my skin, and it's so easy to put on. So it's a serum foundation, which I'm finding I actually really like serum foundations. I did not used to, but like the LYS serum foundation and just in general, serum foundations are really calling my name. So here is what this one looks like. And again, the shade match is so perfect. This goes on looking like skin. It gives the coverage, but it looks like skin. Doesn't look like I'm cakey or gross. Doesn't look like I'm trying too hard with my foundation. It just looks perfect. It's just right. And it feels like nothing on the skin. It's absolutely weightless. It's just, I did not expect to like this as much as I did. And the only reason I ended up trying it was because Sephora had, again, one of those free deluxe products that you can get when you place an order. That's how they get you. I am a firm believer of that because I can't even tell you how many products I have picked up because I ended up liking that sample. So this is so perfect. If you need heavy coverage, if you need like, heavy coverage, right? Like what's the term? It's light coverage, medium coverage, and then heavy coverage. I don't know. If you need heavy coverage, obviously this is not for you, but if you can do with like medium-ish coverage or even lighter, absolute perfection, highly recommend. Okay, let's go ahead and go into a face wash / scrub, and this is the Henriksen Lemonade Smoothing Scrub. I bought this in the last sale, and I bought it because I love a good lemon scented and lemon tasting, not that I'm eating this, I'm just saying, like lemon cakes and stuff like that I really go for. There's something about lemon that is just so refreshing and just yummy. And so I had seen that this was like a yellow type of shade, like the product itself is yellow, and I know you're not gonna be able to see that, but so I picked it up with the intent of, okay, I'm gonna try it out, it's probably gonna be good. I didn't expect for it to be great, or what is beyond great. This thing works almost like a mask, like the Herbamate. I'm saying it wrong, but the one by like Youth to the People, micro exfoliation, microdermabrasion, whatever the term is. I feel like this is kind of a mini that, obviously in a cleanser type of way. So you're not to use it every day. It's like 2 to 3 times per week. I honestly have been using it once per week, and I've been using it for a good 2-3 months at this point. And my skin, when I tell you my skin is clear and bright after using this for a good couple of days, I mean, put me on a commercial or something, because this makes my skin bright and clear for a couple of days. This is so good. Again, should I pick up a backup? I am finding that it takes me so long to go through product that once I'm ready to repurchase, and this has happened recently on a couple of products, it's no longer made. One of them's a Glam Glow lotion, the green one, I can't remember what it's called. They don't make it anymore. Or maybe it's on the Glam Glow site. It ain't on Sephora anymore. Anyways, that's just one example, but I love this so much. It is aggressive, especially if you go a little bit with harder pressure. So just be forewarned, it's very beady. There's a ton of scrubbies in there. So just be forewarned. I do tend to go aggressive with these types of products. I will press a little harder and kind of get all of that dead skin off. And absolutely stellar. And the plan right now is to pick up another one during the next sale, which, you know, we're all looking forward to, even though it's only July. So moving into blush, let's do bronzer actually. So this might come as a little bit of a surprise, but the Saie bronzer, this is in light bronze. If you remember my video on this, I accidentally picked up an incorrect shade, in the fact that I thought I was picking the right shade, and I was like, you know what, it's gonna end up being too deep. I had to go light. I will tell you, this runs very red tone. I'm not usually a fan of red tones. I'm just not. So this, I can overlook that with the way this formula works, at least on my skin tone. It is absolutely beautiful. This bronzer gives my skin a healthy look and glow that no other, which I'm surprised to say that, because I have felt that other bronzers, to include like the Fenty one, have given my skin a healthy look. But I feel like now that I've used this one, I'm like, wow, this really takes it to the next level. So this is gonna have some hard shoes to fill. It's weird because when you haven't started using it yet, it looks a little dry, almost like I don't know what the term, like it looks kind of papery, kind of clay-like, I guess. And then once you dip a brush in, it becomes a little more emollient. And then I find that if I don't use it for a few days, I open it back up, it again looks kind of clay-like. Anyways, so again, in the shade Light Bronze, and it is perfect. This brand is so amazing. I'm trying to think if I have yet to be disappointed by anything by this brand. So it looks light, but honestly, it's very buildable. And again, the medium one is very red tone, and it's significantly deeper. So if you have my same skin tone, this is what I would suggest you go in with. But yes, I can certainly overlook the red tone. And it's not too bad with this shade, with the light shade. It gets really heavier in the medium. So beautiful. I mean, my skin looks absolutely glowing, healthy. Looks like I've been drinking a ton of water, which I've been slacking at that. Okay, moving on to blush. So I've got several blushes to talk about. One is the Makeup by Mario. Earthy Pink is the shade, but this is a soft pop blush stick, and it is my intent to get a couple more because this is the cream blush I have been using on the regular. It's the one that I have been reaching for, and it is absolutely stunning. There is a finish to this blush that is so beautiful and healthy. And that's, I feel like, the reoccurring theme with a lot of these products is that they make my skin look healthy. So this is Earthy Pink, and it's just so, like, it looks emollient in the stick. It looks emollient on the skin. It's like you don't lose any of that once you put it on the face. What I do, I don't even use the little brushy over here. I grab my cream blush brush. I go directly in to the stick, and then I just pounce it on my face. And the pigment is absolutely beautiful, and the finish, again, is just stunning. Looks healthy, looks glowy, and I don't even set it down once I'm done. I just kind of let it be because it's so pretty. Like, I would say natural, but you can tell that you've got blush on. You know what I mean? So definitely one of my favorite cream blushes of life. Can't sing its praises enough. Let's go into now my lighting is going to change. I find that I think the color of this palette. So watch. Isn't that weird? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. The Jaclyn Hill Rouge Romance from her Bougie Rouge collection. This particular palette is in the shade, or is in Rouge Romance. I forget what the Rouge Affair, I think, is the cooler one. I love them both. And the intent of featuring this in this video is to tell you that I love the formula. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. But the warmer of the two is the one I pull more towards. I grab it more frequently. I like the shades. They are just so uplifting and brightening to the skin. They just really pack a punch. I was not expecting to, how do I, like, not blind you? I wasn't expecting to love these as much as I did. I actually thought I was gonna love the others I picked up more. No, this is something special. There is a smoothness to these powders that kind of blows my mind a little bit. Like, they go on so easily, and they're so smooth that they almost give my skin an airbrushed look. Like, I don't know, a lot of times with powder blush, it looks powdery. But these are something incredibly special, and the shades in here just kind of blow my mind because I don't have anything like these in my collection. So if you are in the market for like a good face palette slash blush palette kind of thing, then this is right up your alley. I am a huge advocate for this blush formula. I just can't. I mean, it's again, surprising, I guess, because I didn't know. Anyways, so highly recommend, again, if you are in the market. And then as far as another blush, I know. The Pat McGrath ones, I can't not talk about these. This is the one I most recently picked up, but at this point I have 5 of them and I'm done. I won't be buying any more. I got the 5 at this point that I really wanted. This particular one is in Desert Orchid, but this formula is kind of like on par with I feel bad saying that because this is a luxury brand, but for me, it's on par with the Jaclyn Hill in that they are so airbrushed. They go on so smooth. You're like, how is this easy? It's crazy to me. So anyways, so this is what this one looks like. It's the kind of bronzy nude of the bunch. I originally was not going to pick this one up because I thought it was going to be too deep for my skin tone, and it is not. I see this working for multiple skin tones, but this has such a sheen. It's beautiful. It goes on again, and I'm not just talking about this shade. Like, I brought this blush in to just share with you the formula. Absolutely stunning. I mean, again, between these two blushes, I'm kind of like, I think it's going to be hard to beat. Yes, they're expensive, but they are totally worth it. And I would just say maybe if you've been kind of looking at it, maybe just pick one up and test the formula out, see if it's for you. But you know what? I think you're going to be head over heels. I say that, but a lot of people weren't as wowed as I, so just take it with a grain of salt. And then the other one is the highlighter. Remember when I did this review, I had said that the highlighter seemed a little average to me, that I liked it, but there were others in my collection that I felt I liked even more. Well, I used it a few times and put it away and just kind of let it be. And then I pulled it back out and was like, I know I didn't like it this much when I first used it, so I am in love with this highlighter. It's just the way of first impressions. Sometimes you have this first impression and you come back to it and you're like, okay, I think I've changed my mind a little bit. So I think one reason I wasn't as crazy about it was because of the shift. I feel like I'm not a fan of going super gold with highlighters, and that's not to say this one is very gold, but it did pull, you know, it did have that shift to it. But the glow that you're seeing, it's out of this world. So I don't know. I have had a change of heart, serious change of heart with this highlighter. And it does feel very powdery, quite frankly, too. Look at how beaming that is. It does feel very powdery on the skin when you touch it in the pan, but once you put it on, it looks anything but. And you guys know that if there's anything I dislike more, it is a highlighter that just sits like powder over top of my skin. So that being said, this is such a winner. I'm so glad to have had a change of heart on it. And I was like, I gotta talk about it in this video. Okay, we're down to the last product, you guys. That is the, I feel like, again, Huda. It's the Lip Contour 2.0. So these lip liners, which I buy with the intent to use as like a lipstick, and let me tell you why. The formula runs a beautiful matte, but it doesn't dry out my lips. It gives my lips such an airbrushed look, like it glides over my lip lines, doesn't settle and get gross and crusty. Like it literally lays over the lip lines and gives my lips a poutier, puffier look. They are so creamy to the touch. They are so easy to put on. It's not like I have to tug. I don't have to like pull, nothing like that. That was a light swatch. So I love these lip liners so much and I want to get more. For reference, I am wearing Deep Rose. And then the other one that I had picked up, which was the initial one, was Vivid Pink, which I also just love very much. I love the tones. They're just so pretty. This is a lot brighter, obviously. But Deep Rose is one that I'm going to be wearing a lot, like in the fall, stuff like that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So if you've been in the market for a lip liner or heck, even a lipstick, then these are worth peeking because they look so nice. My lips never look this full. I have slim lips. It's hard to make them look plumper and more puffy, more airbrushed, and this just does it for me. All right, my friends, before I let you go, just want to give you a very quick verse of the day. Today's comes from John 14:6, and it says, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. It is my invitation to you that if you don't already know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, Jesus, the only way to heaven, that he would make himself ever so real to you, that you would feel him pulling at your heartstrings, that you would feel an overwhelming presence, a peace and a love that you have never felt before, that no human being has ever shown you. He is an amazing relationship, and life without him, for me, I couldn't do it. So it's not pushing it down your throat. It is just an invitation to get to know him, to have that relationship with him because he loves you so much. All right, my friends, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. So until then, stay safe and stay well. Talk to you soon. Bye.